I posted my first ever video on YouTube a little over a year ago. In that time I've posted 52 videos in total, so around a video per week. But if I'm being honest, my channel is still shit. I've had a handful of videos do alright, built up almost 500 subscribers, and gotten around 32,000 views in total. Not bad, but I feel I should have done more. Not necessarily in terms of numbers, but just have more of a specific focus as to what this channel should actually be. Because I started this channel during lockdown because I was a bit bored, because I'd lost a lot of my day-to-day work because I'm self-employed, and I just wanted to pick up a new hobby and do something other than just watching reruns on Netflix. So I just started, and I didn't have any specific goals or a plan for my channel, but I just thought I want to make a video per week and I want to be consistent, and hopefully the results will then follow. But the problem with that is if that consistency in output is not met with consistency in reflection and planning, then you're not really going to go anywhere. So recently I've spent a lot of time reflecting, and I have to be honest with myself, I think my channel sucks. And there's 3 main lessons that I've learned that have made me come to this conclusion. Lesson 1, it's called YouTube for a reason. Man, I'm looking like a fucking Swedish right back. Also, before we go any further, what do you make of the mullet? Not bad, eh? Your favourite creators are probably your favourite creators because they put their full selves into their videos. You get to click with their personality, pick up on their quirks and all their other traits. And I've watched a lot of my videos back recently and I've realised that I've given people nothing. Now my channel has always been about information first, but I've realised I've not really put any of me into the content as well. But even the best informational channels out there still provide a character and a personality that keeps you wanting to come back. Now it might just be that I don't have any personality, but I also feel that I've not really tried to reveal my personality through my content in any shape or form. I don't even have my face in the thumbnails, and that's because I hate the over-the-top thumbnail YouTuber thing. Will that make the cut in the edit? I'm guessing it did. But if I'm being honest, as much as I tell myself I don't care what other people think about me, I am human, and of course I do to a certain extent. And that's probably ended up making me filter myself in some shape or form as a defense mechanism. So moving forward, I'm not going to go full vlogger on you.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel.
But I hope to just be my true self a little bit more. That was quite therapeutic. Anyway, lesson 2, you're a writer first. Now I learned this from Captain Sinbad, who I think is one of the best creators on this entire platform. The guy is just so passionate about filmmaking and the quality of his stuff is insane. But he said in some of his videos, as well as his short course that I enrolled in, that the number one most important thing in the making of YouTube videos is the writing. And this just seems like a really obvious thing I've neglected at times. It's got to Friday afternoon and I don't have a script whatsoever. And I usually film on Saturdays. So what I end up doing is just cracking out a really shit script in 30 minutes. Next thing you know, I film on Saturday, edit, and I've produced a really shit video. But the times I've actually spent thoroughly researching and actually taking my time to write a really good script, well, that's been when the videos that I've made have done the best. My best performing video is a video I made about the runner Steve Prefontaine. And this was one of my earliest videos, but I remember it was the one that I actually spent the most time on in terms of researching and script forming. I had a bunch of notes on him from when I'd used him as a case study in an assignment I did for my Masters in Performance Psychology. So I revisited those and just thought to myself, how could I turn these into a cool narrative about someone that a lot of people had never really heard of before? And looking back at that video, the shots of me are pretty crap. The audio is not great and the editing is actually okay. But I think it's the story that I tell that has led to that video being my most successful. And it's one that I just spent a good chunk of time actually writing up that story. So moving forward, I'm going to make more of a concerted effort to get into the everyday habit of writing YouTube scripts in the week. And the reason for this is just to put myself on the front foot so that I can actually make a compelling video for you guys. And if you're thinking of starting your own channel, just remember that the number one priority that you should have should be writing. People may come for the visuals and the fancy edits, but they stay for the story. And it's as simple as that. Lesson 3. If you lose interest, so will your audience. When starting anything new, it's usually super interesting, and that was no different for me when I started this channel. Learning how to film, do lighting, work out my audio, and just mess around with editing was all super fun and engaging. And I was just super interested in creating stuff about the stuff I was actually interested in. But over the past 2-3 months, that interest has waned, and I think it's really shown in my output, both in terms of the quality of the video and even the duration. For a good couple of months, I've got into a bit of a weird rut where I've just thought I have to create something. And so, like I said earlier, I'll just bash out a really crap script in 30 minutes, film something, do the absolute bare minimum, and then post it. And it's no wonder that those videos have then bombed. And I actually batched a few videos over the past few weeks because I actually left home for the first time in 9.5 months. Not literally, I do leave my house, but I went and visited friends and family because I haven't been able to do that because of the pandemic. And just reflecting during this time and actually having a break away from making YouTube videos made me realize that any creative pursuit, even if you really love it, there will just be times where you just lose interest. Over the past couple of months, I came to realize I genuinely have had no interest in making videos whatsoever. And of course, that probably meant you got uninterested in my content, and that's fair game, and I don't blame you whatsoever. So during this recent break that I had, I was just doing a lot of reflecting, and I was reflecting on the types of content I was making, and obviously a lot of the stuff that I make is about sport. And I was just thinking, well, actually, just like sport, probably with even creative pursuits, it's really important to adopt a season mentality. And this is where the season for 9 or 10 months is intense, but then you need a break to recuperate, take stock and reflect, because otherwise you'll just lose interest. And I think that's just really a part of human nature. And that's also why the professional content in terms of TV series that you watch are so good and why we love them. They keep us interested by having seasons of shows. We'd all get bored of a show if it just didn't end. And we like the anticipation of the cliffhanger from the season finale and then the build up to the next season. So I realised that also for a creator that their audience's interest may wane if you just keep plodding out the same shit week after week. So it's actually quite good to take a break and reflect. So you can just come back in better shape and with better ideas for the new season. And so the question is, how am I going to reignite this interest? Well, I don't know exactly yet, but I'm going to do a lot of thinking about it. And I want you to also help me out by giving me some recommendations for content. First and foremost, I want to help and provide useful information through this channel. And the only way I can do that is by asking people a lot more as to what they want to see, what issues do they have when it comes to performing their best or fulfilling their potential or being as confident in doing whatever it is that they do. So if you have any recommendations for content, drop those in the comments below. I'll be taking all of those into account and looking to make videos that address each of those. And so I'm all ears to help you because it's the least I can do for you giving up your time, parts of your day to watch me, some random dude, chatting some nonsense every now and then about high performance. And yeah, thanks ever so much for watching thus far. I hope you'll enjoy some of the future content that's coming up, and I'll see you in the next video.